morning, everyone. Thank you for listening to What's Up Ocala. I'm your host, Andrea Praber, and today I have a fantastic guest with me today that I'm super, super excited about. Vidya, why don't you tell everyone who you are and why you are on the show today, what you would like to talk about today?
My name is Mohani Vadia, and I basically just moved to Ocala from New Jersey a little bit over a month, 3 months ago. So I just wanted to give everyone a little insight on our journey on planning to move here and actually making it happen.
Oh, very cool. So excited. We have had a lot of people moving here over the last couple of years. Some were really thrilled about moving here and the journey and they've absolutely loved it. Others were like, this isn't what I was expecting at all. I'm ready to move back home. So what about you guys? I mean, as far as your family, what's it been like?
So far everyone's loving it. Mostly we love the weather so far. I mean, you can't go wrong with a little 50 something degrees when back in New Jersey you're getting like 40s now or something like that. So we definitely like the scenery and everything around our environment, and everything that's around our house is very close. Probably like a mile away. Everything is located that we would go to.
Yeah. So we actually live about not even 5 minutes from each other, which is really sad that we don't get to hang out more. But your schedule is like the opposite of my schedule. So it's really cool that we got to hang out today, and we're going to go, do lunch and stuff. So excited about that. But I have so many questions, and I'm sure everybody else does too. What was the biggest surprise that you're like, I really wish I had known that?
The store's closing early.
I warned you about that, though.
You did. So we just work around it now. That's all.
Yeah.
It's no biggie. Honestly, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock is not too bad. So
yeah. So yeah, you had a big thing where you guys would just go and have coffee at like 11 o'clock at
so
night.
like on the weekends when we were home, like I was off, he'll be like, you want to go get coffee? And we'll go to like Wegmans and do a little midnight shopping because they close at like midnight, and go to Wawa and get coffee or something. But you can still do Wawa here and stuff like that, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. But yeah, going to a cafe or something, that's going to be a little bit of a drive if you try that here. It's just not really. I think everyone here is, I don't know, they're low on batteries or something. Like once it hits 10 p.m., it's like, no, you're at 1%. You got to go to bed. That's it. Like they're done, or at least be home. There's no traffic at night here, like at all. So yeah, that is definitely different. What else did you see that you were like, wow? Like,
Well, living in this area only for like the 3 months that we've been here, we noticed the buildup of traffic now on 49th, Southwest 49th. And I'm like, what's gonna happen when all these houses are built down here on this street? And imagine we're just here for a couple months. What people think that actually been living here for years, they must be like, oh my God, I don't like this.
yeah.
Because I'm like, all these trees are gonna be gone. Like, I love this. This is the best ride to and from work. But I guess gotta make room for everyone else to be happy too.
Yeah, I did see that the school is coming in to the elementary school on 49th. I just saw that sign yesterday. It might have been up for weeks and I just completely missed it.
Been there for a
Oh,
little bit.
great. Okay, yeah. Just me, my super observant self. To be fair, it's either early in the morning or late at night that I actually pass by that sign. But yeah, there's an elementary school coming in kind of by Southwest 66th and on 49th Avenue Road. So, which is good because Hammett Bowen, I hear, is overcrowded. There's a lot of kids out in the portables and stuff like that. And that's definitely not how it was a few years ago. So, and with all of those those
Yep.
houses being
And
built.
that car line is ridiculous.
Okay, so do you have car line like up north, like in New
No,
Jersey? You had no
usually,
car line.
none of the schools that my kids have went to, it's all you either park and, walk out and pick them up at the door, or they come to the car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we don't have car lines.
I am so sorry because that is a way of life here, and we all hate it equally. We all try and avoid it equally. But yeah, there's no way of really avoiding car
Yeah,
line. It's
see
just a
that.
thing. Yeah.
They're just not set up for parking.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not a park and get your kids. It's definitely you are in a line and they herd them like cattle and you gotta go as quick as
Yep.
possible and the kids gotta get out of the car as quick as possible and it's like, here you go, and you just kind of chuck them out.
Yep.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I can see that as different. So for people that are considering moving here, what advice would you give?
I would just recommend coming to visit a couple of times and actually getting a hold of what a daily routine would be like, as far as like not coming and planning a whole week's worth of, oh, let's go here and have extravagant adventure here. I would just recommend like getting like an Airbnb and going to stores that you like and seeing how far it is to drive and getting a idea of the flow of a daily living. As far as like, really getting your feet dirty as, this is how my life is going to be here. You're not going to get that until you move here, of course. But at least you could see what it feels like, get a sense of the environment and the temperature and the people around you that you're maybe considering living with.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I think you and your husband both did a lot of research before you came
Mostly
down.
him.
Mostly him, yeah.
Mostly him, and then I towards the end when we were really getting close to chop time, that's when I kept on watching your videos and watching other YouTube videos and other families' experiences. Although there's not that many people who share the experience of moving out of state to another state, that would be more helpful. But there are some people out there, would help you find what kind of development or community you would like to live in, which is kind of helpful.
Yeah. We definitely do that. Yeah, you kind of like did so much research on your own. By the time I was able to help you, you were like, okay, here's the 3 models that we're interested in. Here's the subdivisions we're interested in. So it was kind of in reverse order. Normally, I'm like, okay, so here's these subdivisions based on your lifestyle that I would recommend because, you want to do close but not too close and all of that. Nope, they were already set. They were like, we have done the data, we have the research, and here's what we're thinking. So, yeah, definitely in reverse order. But I mean, I'm sure you also had a lot more information. You were feeling a little more comfortable because it's kind of scary moving across country.
It is. It
I
is,
mean,
and especially when you're bringing your kids. And I think the most thing that worried us the most was making sure that they were okay with the whole moving process and that they were willing to try to settle into a new school system and stuff like that. So that helps that they actually like their schools now. They're all 3 of them are doing well, which is pretty good,
it's
which
very
makes
good.
it more exciting that we're actually getting into the flow of things. We're still settling in, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, it was nice that your furniture finally showed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took a while. But how do you find the schools here as somebody that's come from a completely different area? I mean, is there
They're
improvement or they're better or
they're
worse?
huger. I feel like the communication is pretty good here. If I call someone or email someone, I feel like I get a response. If it's not that day, I'll probably get a response within a day or two, which I feel is good. I was really worried about the enrollment process, but it was pretty smooth, not too bad.
That's good. Good.
Yeah.
Being somebody
But
that has kids.
I also did look up a lot of times
Oh,
what the
research.
process was because here in Florida they have a different health form that they
Mhm.
need the students to fill out.
Mhm.
So I had to fax that and everything before moving here because I wanted to make sure that I still have access of to their doctors before moving here.
Wow, that was really good. Most do not think of that. Yeah, they I promise most do not think of that, but somebody that lives here, of course, I'm looking at it like, "Oh, man, I've gotta go and enroll my daughter again, or I need to move, this or that or the other," and I always dread it because I always end up missing at least one piece of paper. Last time I went in as if I was going to the DMV, and I brought anything and everything and then some I could possibly think of, and I was golden. So yeah, it was very similar to the DMV. It's like I needed a utility bill and I needed this and
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it was
Then
pretty
if it's
pretty crazy.
blurry, you gotta send it in again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I think that kind of catches people off guard, but um some of that has gone away with school choice. There's a lot of people that, want to send their kids to a different school. It used to be that people would maybe fudge some of their paperwork to get their child into a different school and pretend that they lived in that zone, and we don't really have to do that. They just fill out an
Mm.
application in for school choice. It's like one page and then use that. So I think that's gotten rid of a lot of that kind of stuff. So they haven't had to really crack down on, are you sure you actually live at that address?
Do you
Because it
think
really
they'll
doesn't matter.
eventually go to zoning with all the developments building in one area now?
Well, they have zoning, but if there's still space in the classrooms available, then they open it up to the school choice.
Okay.
So school choice isn't available at every single school because it would be crazy if all of the kids in the entire county wanted to go to one school. That would be impossible.
Mhm.
So that's why there's an application, is what school are you going to be going to? And also the transportation as well, because they can't go, to the other side of the county and pick up like one child. So you have to provide your own transportation for your kids if you're choosing a school outside of their zone.
Mm.
So like, our kids, we have, um, you know, they're zoned for it. But there's also programs they could do to get into a school if they don't, use school choice. Like, for example, Westport, I'm most familiar with that because our kids went to Westport or one's still going. So um, that one has the Mecca art program. So any child can go to that school if they are interested in art, music, that kind of stuff.
Mm.
But they still have to do an application to get into the art program. So if they're more into sports and they have absolutely no interest in art and can only draw stick figures, they're probably not going to get into that program because it's an advanced art program. It's for if you're wanting to pursue art or music or theater for a career after high school. So, stuff like that. But there's other programs like that at some of the other high schools and schools as well. So it's kind of interesting. But they do have a school zone. It's just there's above and beyond that
Mhm.
or outside of that. And I mean, I like it. I think it's you have to take into account what your child is good at and what they enjoy, and then you can actually find a school according. Not It's not all schools for all kids necessarily. It's this school is really really good at this and this other school is really really good at that. So, you know, what would you like to do? So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. A little different, I guess. I guess they don't do that in other places.
Mhm.
Other places they probably have like one high school and
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, we have a lot of schools. I think we have right now 38 elementary schools, public
Wow.
elementary schools alone, because it's such a wide spread out area. They
Mhm.
can't do just one. It would take 2 hours just to get to and from school for the kids.
Mhm.
So, yeah, they're all kind of smaller and spread out, but you actually think they're bigger schools
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
That's wow. Okay. Yeah.
Like the elementary school is 2 floors. Like what?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that one's actually one of our smaller ones. They have it
Wow.
going.
And
It's
then
not a
I
big
heard
one.
Liberty, not Liberty, Westport is like 9 buildings or something.
It's 2 stories and
Wow.
yeah, 9 buildings. It's
And then
huge.
Liberty is, I think, 4 buildings, which
Mhm.
is pretty big.
Yeah. And they could probably every one of those schools could probably double in size and still have students wanting to
Mm.
go there or needing to go there. So kind of crazy,
Yeah.
but Yeah, I am seeing that there's a lot of changes with the schools coming up because, in some areas like the Southwest especially, there's been a lot of growth and they've not added to the schools or added schools. So that's become a problem sooner rather than later. So yeah, they're needing to add some schools. And it looks like they're actually doing that. So that's great. That's awesome. But yeah. Okay, so getting back to the craziness that what's the good and what's the bad? What would you warn people about that you just absolutely hated? Because that's what everybody's waiting to listen to.
I would definitely do your research on what builder you would want to use, or I should say what community the builder is in that you're using. Um, Try to get like insight on neighbors that are there. Sometimes they could tell you, what their experience as living in a new built home. Sometimes new built is not new built because you're gonna find little, imperfections, but that's everything that comes with something new.
Yeah. I think
Um,
a lot of people don't understand that. They think new means perfect.
yeah.
That is not how it's a house. It's a house. It's a massive, incredibly intricate jigsaw puzzle that somebody put together. And sometimes the pieces don't fit and they force it to. And they really you should do that. But you gotta get the puzzle together. So yeah, there are just sometimes small issues that come up. Sometimes they're big issues. But you guys did a home inspection, which is awesome. They did full on home inspection. They were really good. They were very thorough, I thought. So some people are like, oh, it's new construction. I don't need to do a home inspection. No, you do. Yeah, you do. You really do. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much
And
every
they're
time.
they're another set of eyes that are, things that you wouldn't think about looking at, they might point out or pick up on, because I mean, we don't know structure related things how they should be working, but sometimes they could pick out that, and it might be a big issue
Yeah.
that you didn't see necessarily.
Yeah. No, and I loved, they were really, really very thorough, that one. So they've actually made it to our list of people we recommend
Oh,
because
nice.
I was out there just watching them work and I'm like, good grief. I mean, it was just the smallest and the biggest things they picked out and were wanting to make sure it got taken care of for you guys. So, I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. So they work for you. So it was very, very cool. If anybody wants a list of home inspectors, I would be more than happy to email you that list. There's several companies that we really like and we recommend. So, let me know. Our email here is GER.ExpectMore@gmail.com. Okay, so getting information. You made it through the summer. I thought it was crazy. They were moving down over the summer. Obviously, for kids coming and, schools changing and stuff, that's obviously the best time to do it. But we had a wicked hot summer. I mean, it wasn't like a little bit hot. It was record-breaking hot. So, how did that go?
I don't think it was that bad.
Oh wow. Okay. So we're great.
I think you just learn to adapt and learn to
Stay in
figure
the
out,
AC.
yeah, exactly. Figure out when you can go out. I think around 5:30, 6 o'clock is safe. And then you figure out, okay, the sun's in this part of my house at this time of day, and you could do your outdoor landscaping or whatever at this point. So you try to figure out what works, but definitely nobody here drives with their windows down.
A little bit this week. I mean, I do it for a few minutes, but yeah, it's traffic noise and stuff. Yeah, we don't drive with our windows
Yeah,
down.
nobody does. I
never
think
really
like I'll
noticed.
see 1 out of 100.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a convertible, then it's fun. But honestly, even if you're in a convertible or driving with your windows down, you probably still have the AC on. We're so reliant on our AC. It's ridiculous. But yeah, but the weather is gorgeous right now. This is the best time of year.
Beautiful.
So now we're going to get into a whole bunch of events like crazy. There are so many things happening from now because everything kind of shuts down at the summer. Like you've seen like the slow time where everybody's just hiding in the AC. But It's true. It's too hot and too uncomfortable. It's like festivals and stuff. We don't even really have like a 4th of July thing here because it's just too uncomfortable. It's too hot. But now it's like you could pretty much do 2 or 3 festivals in a weekend easy. There's so many things that go on. So it's a lot more fun this time of year because everybody comes out of the woodwork. And then there's the changing of the season where you start seeing all of the license plates from all over creation. And that means that the snowbirds have arrived. They have not arrived yet. You will notice traffic will get heavier, people will get crazier, and the restaurant lines will get a little longer. And the drivers are actually worse because they I don't know how they drive in other states, but for some reason they come down here and it looks like they're Florida drivers. No, that's their Florida car that they've had in the garage for the last 6 months, and they are not a Florida driver. Not that Florida drivers are fantastic drivers anyway, just visit the villages and you'll see, but they're truly terrible when they get here. I don't know. I don't know if they're not used to the lights working the way or the roundabouts or
I
the
think
four-way. I don't know.
kind of the U-turn thing gets me. I'm like, oh, I can really make a
Oh, we love
U-turn?
U-turns. Oh, we love
U-turns and
U-turns.
turning on red. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Making a right turn on red.
Yeah, my daughter is learning to drive and she made a right on red while other traffic was coming. I about came out of my skin. She's learning. Okay. Just got to breathe through it. But yes, she drives herself to school with me in the car almost every morning. It is not a good way to start the day. I don't need coffee at this point because I come in just jittery. But she's like, well, it's right on red. I was like, yes, but you have to stop first. Let the traffic that has an actual green light go, and then you can go. She just assumes since everybody barely pauses at a red light if they're turning right, she didn't have to. And I'm like, no, truck. But yeah, it's different. It's a little different. So you don't have right on red up there as much?
It depends. Some areas do and some don't. I don't know how they decide on that. I guess it's up to if there's like an arrow only to turn on green, then maybe they change it around. But I'm not sure. But yeah, hardly U-turns. We see a few roundabouts, but not that many U-turns.
Oh, yeah, no. U-turns are life here,
Okay.
especially as a realtor. If we go out looking at houses, we will be doing at least one U-turn because GPS is stupid. So it'll be like, oh, you go straight and then turn left, and then as soon as you get up to, it's like turn.
Yeah, like if you miss that exit in New Jersey, you probably have to drive like, I don't know, 2 miles.
No,
to be able to turn around and go where you need to actually be.
Yeah, we have a more lax way of looking at stuff like that, I guess. If it can be done, it will be done. That is our traffic down here that I've seen. But that also might just be a little bit me. And I got my driver's license when I was a teenager in Puerto Rico. And I don't think that my driving record will ever recover from that, but but no, they do a lot of U-turns and stuff like that. So if you can do it in one without having to reverse, then you're a true Floridian. That's how that is, without having to, you just loop it. Yeah, but you're gonna see a lot more craziness with that because yes, the snowbirds, they are a coming, and a lot of the people for the World Equestrian Center and for HITS comes as well. So you'll see a lot of people attired in equestrian gear as if they just got off of a horse when in fact they did just get off of a horse. So you're going to see a lot of that, a lot of shows at the World Equestrian Center, and of course HITS, which is Horses in the Sun. So we have a lot of people hit town for that, and it's pretty cool. I mean, you can go out and watch it and stuff, so it's pretty neat. So anything else you want to tell people?
Florida's good so far. It's good. We're loving it. Just want to say thank you to Andrea for
Thanks.
you know, being there for us, being that we couldn't be here every step of the way through the process of buying this home. Andrea's been there. She was able to FaceTime us and, you know, get us videos or pictures, whatever we needed. And she was willing to go the extra step for us. And we're thankful for that because it would have been a lot more hectic than we thought it was going to be. So you made that easy for us and our family.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for that. So if you guys, you know, need a realtor and you're looking for someone to help you if you're moving from out of state, I definitely recommend her.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry. I didn't know she was gonna say that. So thank you. It was a lot of fun working with your whole family, and their sons are just amazing, and I think they're gonna be awesome in our community over the years. I can't wait to see what they do.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, it'll be
Appreciate
cool.
that.
All right, awesome. That's it for us. So thanks so much for watching, listening in. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let us know. And I'm sure your husband will probably be watching the comments like, what just happened? We could not get him in here. So he missed out. That's okay. Give a shout out to him because he did do a lot of research on the community. And, you know, we're really excited for their move here. So welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Move with the rhythm, shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing